So you gotta. Hello.
Hey, we're back to give you another review of Death Note. This is season 1, episode 2. It's called Confrontation, and this episode originally came out on October 10th, 2006, and then it came out
in English
in
October 28th, 2007.
Yep. So
and remember, there is a manga, aka comic, whatever, version of it. That came out before. This is an adaptation, so you can always just read that.
Yeah. So let's just talk. Let's get to this episode. So it starts with him in school, and then he goes. And then the weirdest thing is the what's his name again?
Ryuk.
Ryuk is like in the classroom, and
obviously no one can see him.
Yeah, because like you said,
you need to touch it.
Yeah. Imagine like everybody in the class went and touched it, and then like they see him, and then they're just like, they just beat the shit. They beat the shit out of him or something.
Well, they would pass through him.
Oh yeah. So then Light is walking home, and
I think so. I don't know. Whatever.
And then somebody asks, one of his friends or something asks if they want to chill later, and he's like, no, I'm busy doing stuff.
Fapping.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah. They make a few jokes about that later on.
Imagine in the Death Note, he wrote, "You died fapping."
Yeah, that would be hilarious. No, when he finds L, L's introduced in this episode. He's like, when he figures out his identity, he's like, L dies by fapping.
Yes.
No, it's like he's in the middle of a meeting with a bunch of people, and he's like,
Anyhow,
I can't stop.
Back to
you can actually die by that. I've unfortunately learned. Not because that's how I died. I'm stupid.
He's right here.
Yeah, just I found out watchmojo.com and stuff.
Okay, back to the show.
Yep.
So the funniest thing too is Warlock goes right through this guy when like he walked by someone and went right through him as he was. Yeah. That was pretty funny. And then Light's in his room and he says that he wants to. When he's not in school or doing something else, he wants to take the time to.
Well, it's not that he wants to. It's kind of like he has to because this is the only time he has. But he's like, he's all he needs. He needs to study. He needs to keep his grades up. He needs to get enough sleep so he's healthy.
Yeah. And then his sister comes in.
For a psychopathic murderer, he has his life together.
Yes. So. And then his sister comes in and asks for help on her homework.
Not really relevant. It's kind of.
The reason it's relevant is because then this is when you find out that if she touches it, then she'll be able to see him. So whoever touches this book will be able to see.
Yeah, but only if you write in it, then you'll be kind of in a limbo.
Yeah. So then let's just talk about all this now. White makes up this
trap where he put his diary in the note in a shelf, and then if you take you need to take the lead out of a pen and put it in a small hole under the desk, and that lifts it up.
Yeah.
So the Death Note's under there, but if you just lift it up, then it'll combust because he set up so the lead. So it's like there are these two electric conductors, and then the lead stops it from igniting.
Yeah.
And then when it just closes, the rubber seal on it, it again stops it from electrocuting.
I think that was really smart plan by him too.
Well, to be fair, he's the smartest teenager on the planet.
I know, but that was. I know. And then even Warlock says that that was the smart.
You call him Rocks?
Warlocks.
Ryuk. Yeah.
Ryuk even says that
out of all the past Death Note users, he's the most careful.
Yeah. He's the smartest one to come up with a way to hide it. Because I bet normally people just hide it underneath their bed or something. And
that's probably what I would do if I had the Death Note.
Yeah, I'd hide it.
If I had the Death Note, I'd be if Ryuk came down in this room right this second and said, "Here's a Death Note," I'd be, "Fuck that."
Yeah.
If all the same rules and everything, if I could still go to heaven and everything afterwards, well, first I'd be like, "Oh, what do you know? God's real." Second, whatever. Confirmation, and then but if I was caught in a limbo when I died, I'd be like, just that alone, I'd be like, no, I don't want to be, I want to have an afterlife.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, yeah, I guess whatever.
And then if I at least I guess imagine I accidentally wrote in the book too without thinking. Someone just we actually
just watched a parody where And like of like a guy found a death note, he just did whatever the hell he wanted.
Yeah.
And like his mom was like writing down like her address and name.
Yeah.
And she started having a heart attack.
Yeah. But yeah, then let's talk about when they were in the United Nations meeting. They're pretty much suspicious about all these murders that are taking place.
Yeah.
And then we meet L.
Yeah.
Well, we don't actually meet L. We meet like they don't say
what
he...
man. We meet a Coda man. He's
Yeah,
got a mask on.
because that's like the only person that can contact L.
Well, we learn later on who he is, but you
Yeah.
know, like he doesn't know.
Yeah. And he pretty much says that L is gonna be in Japan because he knows that the murders are actually taking place in Japan.
Yeah, they don't explain right that minute because one of the guys even asked, "Well, how do you know he's in Japan?" He's like, "Oh, I'll explain later."
Yeah, and then but he says that he knows that the murders are going on in Japan.
They explain later in the episode.
And then what else? And then we meet this other guy that is L. We meet L. We think it's L.
Yeah, his name is
Lynn L. Linwood or something like that.
Lynn L. Taylor.
Okay.
And he's like saying, light your, no, not light. No, he's like Kira because that's the
that's what we found out too.
Yeah, Kira. They nicknamed him Kira, which is short, like an abbreviation for killer, the English word killer.
And they made like his own little website for him too.
Yeah, like a bunch.
And everybody's writing like how it's normally when people.
How he's like the savior of the world.
Yeah.
Like he means Jesus Christ confirmed.
Yeah. And then
instead of walking on water and healing the sick, he kills people.
So he pretty much says that that Light or Kira, whatever you want to call him, is a murderer or something. And then Light gets pissed about this, so he writes down Lind L.
Whatever, he writes his name.
Yeah.
He dies.
Really big too. Like he writes it really big too.
I just wonder how throughout the entire series of Death Note, he writes so many names like every day. It just makes me wonder, like, how is he never run out of pages?
Yeah, I came up with a theory. Maybe this isn't the best theory. Maybe like it's unlimited pages or that, or maybe they add more pages like as time goes on. Imagine you could just pull on like another Death Note book or something. Like you can just be like, hey, here's another one.
Yeah.
And then they touch that, and then somebody else touches that one. Yeah. And there's two Death Note boats going on. No, boats. I said boats. Books going on.
Yeah.
But then he writes his name really big, and then the guy dies on screen.
Two Death Notes, right? What are the odds?
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then we find out it was all fake. It was a trap. He pretty much because L's like when he comes on the screen, he's like it's supposed to be a mystery, and then the big L comes up like a logo.
That's basically L symbol.
Yeah. And he pretty much says, I did this as a trap. And he says, now I know he's in Japan because the first victim that he killed, do you remember his name?
Kuto or
something.
Anyway, like he wasn't very like a popular like criminal. Like he wasn't like Osama bin Laden.
Yeah. And then he says that it had to be taken in Japan because
his like crime was he took a bunch of hostages. It was only broadcast in Japan in the Kanto region, and he noticed so he's like, okay, well, and that must mean that was just like he was testing out. He was like, that was like an experiment.
And then he says that he is gonna find. Well, he said he calls him Kilo.
And then he said that this broadcast was global, but he was only gonna do it like in certain spots of the world. Like he started off in the Kanto region of Japan, and he's like because that's where the crime was.
And he says too that,
and he picked that area of Japan because that's like has a very big population.
And he even says that guy that that Light killed was supposed to die anyways. He was going to be killed anyways.
Yeah.
So he says that
Kuto, the Lind guy.
Yeah, and then
and then he was like, well, we kept it a secret, so no, it was not in public. It wasn't public or anything.
Yeah.
So that means he didn't know about like the super secure people in prison that that the public doesn't know. Like he doesn't have access to police information.
And he pretty much realizes now that he doesn't actually have to be in the room to kill the guy. And then he says that he challenges him to kill him. So now he's suspicious that he can't kill him, because he doesn't actually know his name.
But he doesn't know specifically why he can't kill him.
Yeah. So he says he's going to get to the bottom of that. And then Light says that he accepts his challenge.
Well, obviously, the world can't hear him. He just says it to himself.
Yeah. And then now Yuke thinks in his head that humans are becoming interesting people because
he's like, the first they need to find each other.
Yeah.
Like, and the first person, like if Light figures out Light's name, Light figures out L's name and who he is, he can kill him to death now. But if L figures out who Light is, he can have the police go into his house and shoot his ass.
Yeah, and then they pretty much just said the same. They just all said that they accept their
speech and whatnot, we're justice and
But
like I say, that reminds me so much of Future Diary.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying if you've watched Future Diary, you know what I'm talking about. Like,
but
they need to find people.
Yeah.
They don't know.
But this episode was really awesome, though. I'd say this was even though I've only seen like 2 episodes.
Yeah, literally 2 episodes.
This is my favorite one out of the one.
Yeah, the first episode in this one.
But
more to come, the guy, until second season.
I can't wait. Even though like you've already know what happens, I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I know. Well, I know what happens. Doesn't mean that you don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
What?
I just said.
Yeah, I know. Well, you just said even if you know, I can't wait to see where it's going. I'm like, I know. Well, if I know, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. What do you 2 think?
It was really good. This is a really good episode, even for Death Note standards. So.
Yeah. But that's about it.
Give it like a 9 out of 10. 9
9 out of 10. If you want to check out more videos on this channel, you can click down there to subscribe. And we'll be back to give you more videos.
Sometime.
Yeah, sometime.
We don't know specifically. We might watch episode 3 right now, but it's also pretty late, so we might go to bed
and then watch tomorrow. Or I might, we'll see. Yeah. We'll make more when we wanna.
Okay, bye.
Bye.